Hello and welcome to another edition of After the Whistle, Wednesday, May 8th. Already May 8th. I actually got an After the Whistle shirt for the first time. It's from the All-Star game.
Nah, that's dope.
Yeah.
I should have rocked my gray one. I'll rock it next week.
Oh man, them things went. They went.
As they should, man. As they should, bro.
Them kids took that thing. We gave some away. We'll talk more about that towards the end of the show. But I'm here. Todd's here on this semi-rainy day.
Yeah.
Well, not semi.
Yeah, I mean, it was raining this morning.
Someone said this the rain that Jody left Yvette in.
I mean, this rain was a little wild. You know, my travel was a little different recently, so I'm adjusting to my travel and stuff.
Yeah, man.
Not bad, though. Not bad.
Hey, man. It's all good. It's all good. We got a lot to talk about. I heard episode 9 is crazy. I haven't watched it yet, but I heard it. My cousin told me.
I was going to say, I'll probably watch it today.
Yeah, my cousin.
I'll probably watch it after this, actually.
Yeah, my cousin told me, ooh, yeah.
I mean, you seen what happened last episode.
Yeah,
These next 3 episodes, it's only up from here. Like I was telling DeAndre, like, bro, there's a point in X-Men where it just goes up. Yeah. And it stays there.
Yeah. It's bad. So if y'all ain't watch X-Men 97 yet, y'all get on and catch up.
And if you don't even know about X-Men, definitely get in. What do they call the original X-Men series? The X-Men series? Because I know it's like
animated series.
X-Men animated series.
Yeah.
If you don't know about 97, you want to get involved, we would tell you to watch the first 2 seasons from back in the day, just to help you understand where it's going.
Yeah, a lot of episodes, but.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not fair on the 10 episode thing, man. Like it could be 15 to 20.
Man, first seasons of episodes used to be 30 episodes.
But also too, like there weren't that many strikes and all this. Yeah. So I'm just saying, like 10 episodes is like for real, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna leave people in suspense and anticipation of what's next.
But we also don't know how long it takes them to make each episode nowadays. But I'm thinking it's quicker than back in the day.
Well,
so you would think.
Technology, right?
I mean, it should be at least 15 to 20. Because cartoons, they go by what, like 30 to 40 episodes a season?
Yeah.
So at least give us half of that.
Right. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that tonight. NBA playoffs were in the second round. We'll recap the first round in a bit, but we're gonna get right into the second round. This game, the Knicks and the Pacers game, was going so well. It was a nice back and forth until the final 30 seconds when the refs decided, hey, you know what? Nobody's been talking about us lately. Let's interject ourselves in this game.
I'll be honest, man. They got to do a better job at vetting these refs. That's the right word in training them. Just because I was saying, like, they're even missing, like, offensive goaltending calls.
Right.
And that was something back in the day that refs really didn't get that wrong. Right. And they had less help. Less technology, they had a better understanding of the game. So I'm sorry, like you gotta get rid of these paper pusher refs. You gotta have some background in basketball, coaching, training, playing, something to justify why you belong out there.
Yeah, and for the Pacers, I know they're tight because they had a moment. Naismith, they said it was a kickball. Naismith out of Vanderbilt, former Celtic. They say he kicked the ball, but clearly showed that it was. He tipped it with his hands, and that was a swing because they had 2 points going the other way. They had a layup, and that turned into 3 points for the Knicks.
And I get where TNT, Charles, and Shaq and what Charles was saying, but end of the day, I get it's a rule, but playoff time, end of the game situation, last minute of the game, who cares about the rule? Right. You need to get that correct. That's just how it goes.
Because even in the NFL, they check. They do, if they don't check it on the field, they have folks checking, so they'll buzz him down and make sure they go double check.
Everybody that mama saw that wasn't a kickball, but once again, you got refs that they can't see, and I don't know if they're in the right position or if they even know what they're looking at. But that ball was nowhere near feet.
No. His feet was that way. His hand was that way.
Feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, and then the other one. Like I said, that kind of was a swing because they had 2 points going the other way, and then very next possession, DiVincenzo hits a 3. And then 1 point game, they just get a defensive stop, and then they call a moving screen. DiVincenzo flopped like crazy too. He flopped.
What happened? For one, what happened to the fines for flopping?
Right.
Because what's his name? Was it Kyle Anderson flopped the other night, and that was obnoxious the way he just bumped off. Who was it? Was it Jokic or somebody?
It was either Jokic or Gordon.
You don't talk about that play. He just like fell in the middle of the floor. Like, bro, you got to find these guys for this stuff. 'Cause you can't make a precedent and have these rules, and then all of a sudden, because nobody's talking about it as much, you just stop doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it really took away from a good game because the Pacers they had a chance to try and take the lead, but that kind of got ruined. But Brunson 40 points again. That's 4 straight 40-point game, and the Pacers just did a lot of dumb turnovers too in that fourth quarter. So many dumb turnovers. Like Tyrese Halliburton, where were you at? I don't think he took a shot in the fourth quarter at all. And you're supposed to be an All-Star. You're supposed to be on Team USA as well, and you don't take a shot in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. You got to be a threat out there on both sides. Especially, we get it, you're the facilitator, but you're also an offensive threat.
Right.
You're a matchup problem as well, being like, what, 6'7", 6'8", the point guard position?
He's like 6'5".
Well, whatever.
Yeah, but
You're taller than almost any other point guard in the league.
Right.
So, it's just, you got to be more aggressive, and you can't shrink in those moments. This is where, and you have the freedom to be able to do what you want out there, so it's not like if you mess up, you'll get yanked.
Right. Right.
You're the starting point guard.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And the all-star point guards at that.
Yeah. And for the Knicks, there was times where this game could have got away, but they kept making the necessary plays they needed to make it. But what hurt them, Mitchell Robinson, he's out for a while now.
Yeah, I seen that when I was in the gym earlier.
That messes up their front court, which is already a thin front court right as we speak, so that messes them up. But I mean, sustainability is with Brunson. He's doing a lot. So some of those other guys gonna have to kind of take that off him, and kind of because there's no reason for him. Scoring 40 points the last couple games is good for them to win. They've needed all 40 points to win those games, but you kind of need a balance because you can't have him doing all that because it's gonna, at some point it's gonna catch up to him for him doing all that. Especially when like teams are throwing multiple defenders at him, those guys are gonna have to start hitting shots.
Yeah, but he's gonna be ball dominant just because Randall's not there to help relieve the pressure. So those guys, they're gonna contribute, but then there's none of them out of the second option. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they kind of got to sit in their spots and make shots. There aren't that many guys out there that kind of create off the ball, with the ball, other than Brunson and Randall for the most part.
Yeah, they all like just need that ball.
So unfortunately, Jalen's probably going to average 40.
And you know what the worst part is for the Pacers in this one? They did everything necessary to win the game. They got 46 from their bench. You got big games from the Siakam, Naismith, Turner, all those. They did everything they needed, and then those late turnovers, those dumb turnovers, is pretty much what cost them. The officials aside, it was just those dumb turnovers when it was a one-possession game.
In the playoffs, every possession matters.
Right.
And shout out to Siakam too, because when he got traded over there, we didn't know what production or what Siakam was gonna, show up, and he had to figure out his role and get comfortable, but he's showing them that he's the leader on that team.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so
especially in the playoffs because he has the experience.
Yeah, so maybe the Pacers will bounce back tonight and try to steal a game, but yeah, that was just one of those games. You got so much contributions from a lot of guys. Those are the type of games you're supposed to steal. But hey, that's basketball for you. All right, the Celtics. This was. I think I just saw something. This was either their 44th or 46th game of the entire season that they've beaten a team by 20-plus points this season, which I think the last couple teams that did that was like the Spurs in like 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018 Warriors and stuff like that. Say that's all I'll say. What they've been doing in the regular season is continuing on in this postseason, and I don't know, Derek White, I don't know what got into him, but
he stopped being the Achilles heel for the offense because he's the reason why they didn't get over the hump last year. He didn't take certain shots where he should be taking, and you see he's killing. But I didn't watch this game at all. I don't really plan on watching this series just because it's hard for me to watch the Celtics when they're so good because all I want to see what you're going to do in the finals or the East Conference Finals. But this is either championship or bust for this team this year, personally. But
yeah, the way they play.
That's what I mean. Like
the way they play, they kind of know that.
I'm not excited to watch you other than Eastern Conference Finals and the finals because you should be walking all over these teams. But for one, the Cavs shot 26% from the three. Celtics shooting almost 40%. Cavs getting out rebound by 7. Celtics up by 10.5. I just don't see.
What the Cavs were doing also wasn't sustainable because it was kind of like their offense wasn't. To beat a team like the Celtics, you got to have movement. Because they're pretty good. All those guys are pretty good one-on-one defenders. So it's kind of hard for you to just go one-on-one the whole time. You could see this dude, he was tired. He was exhausted because every point he had, all 33 of his points, he had to work for all 33 of them. And he needs those other guys to step up. Like Garland, he needs to make shots. Evan Mobley, he got to be a force down low, especially with no Porzingis.
I don't know if you've been seeing how the playoffs been going, but it's like a one-man show. They're just guys that are just out there just to fill space.
Right.
Legit, what? Mitchell scored every point in the fourth quarter a few games ago. It wasn't on like almost one leg.
Game 6, yeah.
He was like injured or something like that. Like, come on. Like, y'all can't contribute in the fourth quarter, at least a bucket.
Right.
But, shout out to the Celtics, though, because, they're supposed to be doing Jason Tatum. He's getting his double-double on. You know what I mean? Getting his triple-doubles, double-doubles. So hopefully he can make that consistent because that's going to help them get over the hump as well.
Yeah, he's I think that's 5 double-doubles out of the 6 games they played in this postseason. We're at the point in Tatum's career where now people they're trying to find anything to criticize him for. Now they're trying to criticize him for having a bad shooting game, but it's kind of like, you look at his overall stats, he was like, he had the highest plus-minus while he was on the court, and he's not forcing anything. So it's like, shots aren't falling, but those are shots he makes. So he's getting these assists and rebounds. Now when those shots start falling, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, and as you see, when he's not playing that well or his shots aren't falling, Brown, is picking up the slack. But he got to start getting more guys involved. I don't like seeing only like 2 assists. Get 4 or 5.
Yeah, he's a 3-assist guy, Max.
We know he don't like giving it up because he's a primary. He's scoring his role. That's what he does. He scores. But get a couple more guys involved. That's all, man. Get you a double here and there.
I don't think that's going to happen. To the Western Conference we go. Man, the T-Wolves. So I didn't know this. So the guy that kind of built this T-Wolves team, he was the guy that built the Nuggets team.
Yeah.
That constructed, constructed the Nuggets team as is. So, that you could kind of see why the T-Wolves kind of have their number because,
Yo, is that the Inside Stuff graphic?
I have no idea.
Remind me of that. That's dope. I like the 90s feel. My bad. Go ahead. Y'all get distracted by these graphics, man.
I say, what better way to defeat the champs or beat the champs is by having the guy that kind of constructed it and kind of know how to do it. And as you can see, when you got 2 footers that you could throw on their best player, it's making him work for a shot, for his points. And then Ant-Man is just he's a matchup nightmare for those guys. Caldwell Pope's too small. Gordon's too slow. Murray's too small.
Yeah, as a whole, I'm not going to talk too much about Game 1, but Game 2, the energy, the Timberwolves came out there, were looking like Lynn YMCA 11 and under. like when that was like, hey, you basketball out there, just straight press the whole game,
right? Make
it difficult for them, force the refs to call tough fouls,
right.
And it's playoffs time, so it lets you be a little more physical. The Nuggets were looking like the defending champs that were looking for some help from the refs.
Yeah, they were.
That's all. So hopefully they clean it up. Tomorrow, right?
No, I think that's tonight.
Tonight? I hope they clean it up, but I'll be honest, man. When you only have 2 scorers and your other, 3 men out there really aren't that efficient or even take that many shots, it's gonna be tough for your team to win, bro. Especially when your primary ball handler is your big man and your other all-star caliber guy.
And it was frustrating too. They just looked frustrated. They looked frustrated. They're actually playing Friday.
You know what they look like? They looked like Golden State that game. They were just throwing it away. Was it against Sacramento?
In the playing game?
Yeah, they were just throwing it away. That's how it looked. But they were getting so pressured, they were just flustered and.
Yeah, the Minnesota's length was giving them issues, and the one thing I didn't notice how tall everybody on Minnesota is. I didn't know how tall that entire team is, and they all they all got a unique trait that they could do on the court, and they all can make shots.
Yeah.
Not only are they playing defense, they're making shots.
Yeah, but the Nuggets, they have to relax. They can't let them speed them up and get worked up because they was trying to run their plays, throwing the stuff in too early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they got to just slow down and just calm down.
Yeah, and one thing the Nuggets could lean in their favor. Minnesota, kind of like the Pacers were doing dumb stuff. Minnesota will do dumb stuff. Throughout a game, there'll be a moment in the game where like a 3 to 4 minute stretch, they'll just do some dumb stuff.
But what helped Minnesota the other night, shout out to Rudy Gobert having his first child. That's dope. I don't know why people could have an opinion about a man and your baby. Like having a baby is the most important thing in a parent's life.
And I heard he was trying to get back to the game, but I think because that flight from Minnesota to Denver is not that fast. But I think
only thing's gonna take care of you when you get old are your kids.
Right.
The money ain't gonna come feed you. Ain't gonna wipe your ass. Ain't gonna do none of that. So for all these people saying he should skip the birth, like for one, that's a moment that you can never get back.
Right.
So
especially for your first child.
Man, you're in a freaking 7-game series.
It's only game 2.
Like I get it, but as a human being, your kids are the most important thing in your world.
And also, he gotta be there for his wife too. Now I don't know if his wife is black or not, but if his wife's black, but there's a whole study of how a lot of African American women been dying from birth, giving birth.
Yeah.
So
that too.
Kind of, if his wife is African, if his wife is black, like kind of want to be there for her just to make sure,
I mean, you just want to be there for both of them, just because it's a moment.
Right.
Like no woman should be giving birth by herself.
Right.
If she has the option to have her man there, the father there. I was there. I told man, I'm the first person to ever seen you come to this world.
Right.
You know what I mean? But what I was gonna say about Rudy Gobert is him not being there though allowed the Timberwolves to speed up.
Yeah.
You got Nas Reed coming out there, who's a god who happens to be almost the same height as Rudy. Man. Out there doing some things
it's
like
this dude.
I think they're hoping the Nuggets I think the Nuggets are hoping that Rudy comes back because he might slow things up a little bit.
Well, the way he's kind of been playing in his playoffs, it's kind of been like he's been slowing them down, but he hasn't been a detriment to their offense. He's kind of been like, you guys do your thing, I'm on cleanup duty.
We had like 6 points last game?
I think.
He didn't have double-double. He should have had double-double at least.
I think, but I'll double check that right now.
Yeah, I think he had like 6 and like 12 or something like that.
Yeah, but it's just overall, like the way he's playing defense, he had 6 and 13.
I mean,
3 assists, 3 blocks.
Him just being there is effective enough. So he don't got to do much. It's just we're used to big men who are that big being more effective.
Right.
That's all it is.
Right. And that's just the advantage of Reed. He's a big man that could. He could do a lot. He just
told you he's a dog. I told y'all I've been watching him since high school.
I remember him at LSU. Yeah, he's earning himself a lot of money. He's earning himself a lot of money this postseason because nothing GMs love more than a big who could step out and shoot threes and play defense.
And can handle the rock.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing he can't do, bro.
Yeah, man. So, defending champs down 2-0, going to Minnesota for games 3 and 4, which will be taking place. Game 3 is Friday, so. As you said, the Nuggets just got to calm down. They got to calm down and stop trying to play at Minnesota's pace and play at their pace. But those other guys, they got to step up. Game one, Dallas, OKC. I was watching this before I fell asleep. And my biggest takeaway, I'm not going to take too much away because it is game 1, and we saw the Mavericks lose game 1 by double digits the last round, and they rebounded. But it was just one of those things. OKC, they just got hot. It was a close game. Then they got hot.
And two, some of the coaching decisions by the Mavs didn't work in their favor. Like you barely played Lively. He only had 3 fouls the whole game. So I'm thinking he was in foul trouble. I was knocked all night last night. So only having 3 fouls. I don't know what happened in the past few days that he's barely played because he's been a big part of their success in the playoffs so far.
13 minutes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and also the Mavs got to shoot better from the line. Definitely from the line. You shot 68% from the line, and having 2 of the better shooters in the league is a problem. Or better primary scorers in the league is an issue. Getting out-rebounded by 14 is a problem. So they have to clean up a lot of things, and it's really just focus and just being more, I want to say, having more energy.
Yeah. I just think it was one of those games because it was close for a little bit, and I think somewhere in that third or fourth quarter, OKC just got hot from the three. They literally just got hot.
But also, too, how many days off did OKC have compared to the Mavs, too? Because they swept.
They've been off since like
they
April
swept
29th.
the Pelicans. So,
for like 2 weeks.
It might have just been, the Mavs just maybe a little fatigued.
Yeah.
Because this series went a little longer.
Yeah, it went a little longer, and it was a tough series for them, too, with the Clippers. But, yeah, I never really take too much away from game ones. But the bench, OKC's bench, those guys, Jay Williams, Wiggins, those guys came in. They were making shots. That's what you do at home, especially at home. The bench players like that, they thrive at home. You got all that energy.
They both had double figures, right? One at 16, one at 11 or something like that.
Yep.
And the Mavs bench did what? A bunch of nothing?
I mean, the only guy that really did much was Green.
How much he had?
He had 11.
Yeah, so
that was it. I mean, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, and then Tim Hardaway, this was his first game back.
I was in the second. I see the box score, and I'm like, yo, we need more out of him. But you said first game back.
First game back, yeah. So I think Dallas will make the proper adjustments needed because I think this is one of those series that probably goes 6 or 7 games just because of the style of the way each team plays. And then you never know when Kyrie or Luka is going to go off because Kyrie could mess around and go for 40 next game. And just like that, we got a 1-1 series. So, I think Kyrie, too, he wasn't as aggressive offensively this game. He wasn't that aggressive. He was a little more trying to get people involved.
They're probably just tired, man.
Yeah, so I agree. Look, but yeah, OKC, man, I think this is going to be another one for Dallas. This series might be a 6 or 7 game series as well, just because of how good both teams are. No. Let's recap round 1 for a second. Some teams got bounced. Some teams got swept. Some teams is like, where do you go from here? First up is the Sixers. Like, where do you go from here? Tobias Harris. I'm just like, well, do you bring him back after that type of performance, or I don't even think that's a performance. That's just you was just there getting cardio.
I could understand if you put up 10 shots, even 5 shots, but you didn't even put the ball up. If I'm a GM or somebody in the front office, that's a sign. I don't know what the sign is, but that's a sign of something. Yeah. I don't know if his skills are dwindling, if he's unhappy there, or if he's just falling off, getting old. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
But there's something though. There's something. You got to figure out what that is though.
You just can't be a max player, a max contract player, and not even put up a point or anything. Like. Those are the type of stuff people look at. It's just like, what was your purpose on the court that day? Like, this is a win or go home type of situation, and you didn't even bother to be aggressive on offense.
And that's why it makes me wonder if it's just deeper than just, I think he might not want to be there. Or might not want to be there, or his skills are just diminishing. But I doubt his skills are diminishing that much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like there's something behind closed doors that we don't know about.
Yeah.
And to be real, they only talk about Embiid and Maxey.
Right.
They don't even mention the rest of that team when they talk about guys. Oh, yeah, and Kelly Oubre.
Yeah.
But other than that, they don't even mention the rest of that team.
Yeah, because those literally were the only 2 consistent guys that actually, Embiid was out there. Granted, he was injured, but he was still out there being aggressive, trying to play. You know what he's going to get from Maxey. You would think when your best player is injured and he's still out there giving 100%, that would kind of motivate you as a role player to let me help this guy out. But man, so Oubre, I think he's I don't think they got to make a decision if they want to bring him back.
You got to bring him back because he's one of the few guys that he don't need the ball to score.
Right.
He just does a little bit of everything. He could be on the box score, have 15, 20 points.
Yeah.
So.
And it's like, the pieces you got to put around Embiid? I think the best team they had was that team, granted that lost on that Kawhi buzzer beater, because they surrounded him with shooters and had Jimmy on there. I mean, that was like that's still one of the worst decisions, not re-signing Jimmy Butler, because he was like, him and Embiid were like the perfect mesh of players, like personality-wise, and you know what you're gonna get from those two.
You remember what I said last show? He rubs people the wrong way. We live in a world now. It's not about how qualified you out for your job. It's about how you make people feel.
Right.
So you can suck at your job and be a great guy, and they'll hire you,
Yeah.
and you ruin the company, rather than just get a guy's nass, but does his job well,
Right.
and just help him understand how to be a little nicer.
Right. Because now you don't even know the window for the window for like this Embiid's time as a Sixer, because he might be a point next year where he might start complaining about, okay, I think it's time for me to get out of here. Because we've seen it happen. Charles Barkley, he requested a trade. They traded Iverson. We've seen it. We've seen the franchise, what they've done with.
My thing is, the man's injured every year, and it's cold out there.
Mm-hmm.
From my experience, your body does better in warm states, because you're always loose.
Yeah.
So him being like such a large man, I think he probably need to go somewhere warm. Don't
be surprised. Don't be surprised if this team tries to bait him out there in the La La Land. The Lakers, that's another team. They done fired Darvin Ham. They made him the scapegoat.
Crazy.
Then you got to look at guys like D'Angelo Russell. Like, where were you at the last couple games of the series? You was kind of up and down this whole season. That's another franchise now. LeBron's gonna do his whole try to get the attention towards him, or like, am I coming back? Am I not? Am I gonna retire? Am I not? That type of ordeal. That's another franchise, and I feel like the person they need to really get up out of there is whoever's making all the decisions. I think it's that dude Pelinka.
Boom. You said it right there. 'Cause I was going to say, whoever made the decision to keep AD at the 5 needs to get shipped out. The man's a 4. I'm telling you, Lakers do a lot better if you let the man play the 4. He's a guard forcing himself to be a center. So at least put him in something that he can utilize his guard skills. He says it in interviews, like, I had to learn how to be a big man.
Right.
He's never going to be the big man that we want him to be, because he's naturally a guard.
Right.
So, like, he shouldn't be battling Jokic and all these people.
Right.
Like, they got him by 30 pounds.
Right.
And Jokic, he's like Tyson Fury out there. That's what Jokic is like. But my biggest thing with Jokic, he be flipping and flailing too much. Like, them guys that are out of control?
Yeah.
You got a cousin like that. He's out of control, but, like, he's effective.
Yeah.
So it works in his favor sometimes, but he be twisting and twirling, doing the most sometimes. Almost hurting people when he get fouled.
Which goes back to my theory of, don't be surprised if the Lakers try to get Embiid out there.
Like this. But nobody's realized this by now?
I mean, we have, but
like, Embiid's got him by like 40 pounds. Like, all these bigs are just like large people compared to AD. AD's a tall guy,
right?
But he don't weigh that much.
Right. Yeah, so a lot of off-season questions for that. And then the Suns, the Suns, they're so cap is all their money is tied up between 3 players, and now you're hearing rumors of Devin Booker probably requesting a trade during this offseason. As another franchise, it's like you went from being in the finals, winning 2 games, and like almost having people believe you had a chance to win the finals, and everything's been downhill after that. I think Luka pretty much dismantled that whole franchise after that game. I
mean, you got rid of your leader. You got rid of Chris. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, his body doesn't hold up the full season.
Right.
But I don't think any of us really thought Phoenix was going to work. I don't think we even had many conversations about the Phoenix team, because we didn't know if Bill was going to play.
Right.
We didn't know what Bill was going to even show up, because nobody really knows about Bill, because he's been kind of buried with the Wizards for so long.
Right.
This is not the best, what's what I'm looking for? Impression? Your first year with Phoenix?
Yeah.
It was a bad impression for the whole team. Then you still got that other guy on that team, the one I call ass. So you need to move a few people off that team, bro.
Yeah, and they don't have draft picks.
Oh, so they're stuck with that roster.
They stuck, so they're going to have to find a way to finesse and put together a roster that's...
But some of them people they want to move, I don't think they're going to be wanted by other teams. But there are some teams that would be there. We'll take it. We could do something with them, knowing you can't do nothing with them.
Teams that are probably like trying to tank cap purposes and stuff like that. Somebody will do it. And yeah, I think that's all the teams we get. Oh, the Clippers. Lastly, the Clippers.
What about them?
They're about to open they're moving to a new arena. contract for Paul George. They got to work on him. Kawhi, uncertainty because of his health. He got somebody said he got the body of like a 70-year-old. You know.
I mean, you know.
Where do they go?
he need to be in a hyperbaric chamber all summer because his body's definitely breaking down. I don't know what the deal is. Sometimes I feel like, you know, we see professional athletes or guys that are in certain shape. We don't like. I don't know why his body's breaking down. Is it a diet thing?
I don't know if it's a diet thing or
just
like the style of play he was playing.
Or just bad luck. It might just be bad genes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
he did have some bad luck, but yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you know, something like that is something up. So I don't know, but it might just be bad luck.
Yeah. And it's bad luck for the franchise, too, because now, you're trying to figure out how to get to the finals. And you still got all these guys that probably want to stay in LA, so you got to figure out if you want to keep them all or if you want to build something around them. But they definitely got to get younger. You got to put some young talent around some of those guys, the young talent that can actually produce right away. So
that's hard to find nowadays, man.
Right.
That's hard to find.
Right. So, man, a lot of these franchises, ooh, man, good luck. We ain't got no interviews this week. We might get back at it next week, but so we just gonna keep on rolling.
All right.
Keep on rolling.
Rolling. What? Little Limp Bizkit DMX.
We got some NFL news. Odell Beckham Jr. He's a Miami Dolphin now. I feel like this is the last stop to retirement. Anytime you go to Florida, that's like Brady did it. Yeah, this is the last stop for retirement. And he's going to be like the third option at receiver. Because you got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and then you got him as the third option. So,
I mean, having your third option, OBJ, is you know, pretty cool, but we don't know what OBJ is going to. We don't know how he's going to play.
Yeah.
But him being in Baltimore, I know he wants to get out of there.
Too cold.
Especially after ain't he from Louisiana?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he's from the Heat.
Yeah. And the Dolphins right now in the AFC East, I mean, the AFC East is kind of like a wide open division right now because you don't know. All the teams, it's kind of, everybody's up in the air. I mean, Buffalo, we don't know. Jets, Aaron Rodgers coming back, but we don't know. The Patriots, rookie quarterback. We don't got that much expectation for them. We just hoping they play well, score some points.
But it's funny you say Aaron Rodgers coming back because, like, what's that mean?
Right.
He can get tackled again the first series of the season and be out again. Hoping that don't happen. 'Cause I like Aaron Rodgers, but like that's crazy to me. Like when you get injured like that, I'm hoping he plays a full season next year.
And you know what the worst part about Aaron Rodgers, about that injury was? A lot of players have complained about that stadium in particular, especially that turf in that stadium.
Well, for
because a lot of them have torn ACLs and torn.
For one, why did they create turf? Was it a money thing?
I have no idea.
Because I thought the safety of your players or the safety of your employees or the safety of your merchandise is the most important thing.
Right.
Like, you would think.
And all the players, they say they much rather prefer playing on grass.
I mean, look at every local park in the world. There's grass.
Right.
There's not turf. So I don't know why they decided to make turf for just the athletes.
Right.
And causing injuries and all this. But all this is part of a ultimate plan, bro. I feel like, personally.
It's annoying. I don't like it.
My money thing. That's all it is.
I don't like it. But yeah, kudos to OBJ. You know, maybe now the Dolphins can make can actually win a playoff game. Because, I mean, they've been having these great regular seasons, these very productive regular seasons just to get bounced early in the playoffs.
Some of my favorite people from college, they love the Dolphins, so I always root against them. And I remind them, what was it, 07, 08, when they was predicted to win the Super Bowl? And they was last? I remind them of that every few years.
They were predicted to win a Super Bowl before?
You don't remember? It was like 07 or 08, they were predicted to win the Super Bowl. You don't remember that?
I never.
It might have been 06, but I think it was. I was in college because my boy Brandon Diaz, he had the little article on his wall.
Was it the Ronnie Brown years when Ronnie Brown was
It
on
might have
there?
been. Was it Cadillac and Ronnie or something like that? I don't know, but one year Sports Illustrated had them predicted to win it. It was ESPN magazine or Sports? No, Sports, because ESPN had the big old pages for no reason, right?
Were those guys Dan Marino fans or something?
Bro, I don't know, man, but it didn't go too well for them.
That's funny.
They finished legit last in the NFL.
That's funny.
Yep.
That's hilarious. The Bruins, the Bruins did not become a meme by blowing a 3-1 lead 2 years in a row. They won this game in overtime. I actually watched this game.
Oh, you did?
Well, I watched the third period.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna watch the whole thing.
Nothing wrong with that, bro.
Because I turned it on and the Maple Leafs had scored, and I was like, oh, okay, it might be one of those. And then Bruins scored right after. I was like, okay.
I was watching ESPN. I kept seeing the Maple Leafs. I'm like, all right, let me see this. All right, cool. I saw him at the other end. All right, bet.
But it looked like a great environment in there. The people was like I said, I've never been to a hockey game before, so I could only imagine how crazy that Game 7 was. But yeah, the Bruins, they were able to get that win. Pasternak with the game-winning goal in overtime to get them to the second round. And they kicked off the second round the right way with the win over Florida, the Florida Panthers, the team that knocked them off last year. So right now they are 1-0. 5-1 was the score. So you go from a series where the most goals you scored was 4 to having a 5-1 lead, and the biggest issues I've heard from Bruins fans is the goalie switching. Yeah. Because they kept swapping goalies and stuff like that when they was like, and one was just head and shoulders better than the other one, so the fans were just confused as to why they kept doing it. But I think the dude's name's Swanigan. He's the better of the goalies, so I think they have him situated as a goalie. So only allowing one run the last 4 games.
I'm not even used to this goalie switching at all because, Patrick Waugh is a goalie I know my whole life, I feel like. And so I'm just not used to this goalie switching. It's just not something I'm used to.
I just don't understand it. Like, why would you keep swapping goalies each game? Like, just stick with one. It's kind of like that could kind of mess up the morale of the team. You just keep switching them, especially, the guy you're switching out he's not allowing many goals. Yeah. But man, game 2 is tonight against the Panthers. They are in Florida, so Florida had the home ice advantage. So hopefully the Bruins can try and get a 2-0 lead on those guys. Okay, NBA announced some awards. Wemby, he won Rookie of the Year, no surprise with the year he had. And then Rudy Gobert, he got his 4th Defensive Player of the Year award. And I don't know how many guys have got 4 in a row.
They are predicted to reach the Super Bowl in 06.
Oh.
I had to find that.
Oh, that's funny.
But we all knew he's gonna win Rookie of the Year. Like, I get it, Chet in the running, but when you have a whole year of training, nutrition, you get a whole year being an NBA player, you're just not playing the games.
Right.
It's kind of like, you got to eat a little head of curve, a little cheating.
And he was like top 10 he was a top 10 in a few categories too.
Bro, it's like going to school and staying back in the same grade, have the same work. You know what I mean? Like, if the kid who's fresh has better grades or equal grades, they get the nod over you. You've been there already. Yeah. It's all right. Like, come on.
So Wemby led the league in blocks with 3.6 blocks per game. He was 8th in rebounding, and then he was averaging 21 points per game. I mean, granted, the team's success overall wasn't that good, but I always tweeted this. Like, he would have averaged at least like 24, 25 points if those guys passed him the ball.
For real.
Legit. There was too many times in the game where he's just like, he's cutting and all you. Just throw it up. He don't even got to jump. Just throw the ball up. He's going to catch it, and it's a point right there. But
them guys are all pros. Them guys are all playing for contracts, too, because some of them feel like they'll probably be there next year. Yeah. So, you got to do what you can do, man. Remember, when you play these games, you ain't playing for just your franchise. You playing for every team in the league.
You know when they bring you to that end of the season meeting and they start showing you film and stuff like that. They be like, so what were you thinking on this play right here? You got to cut and play.
I mean, I'm sure everybody but Wemby probably felt like their job, and Johnson probably felt like their job was, at risk or on the line. So,
but I think they had more success with was it Jones, Tyson Jones's brother, Trey Jones. Was he the one that every time he was in, it felt like the offense flowed a little more when he was playing point guard? Yeah, so let's see. But congratulations to those. And then Gobert with his 4th Defensive Player of the Year. I think him, Mutombo, and maybe Dwight Howard. The only ones that got like 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards.
And you see out of those 3, only one of them names is gonna be like something that people actually talk about. Like no disrespect to Mutombo, I like Mutombo, but Dwight's probably the only one they're gonna talk about just because he's like athletic. He was doing a lot other than just blocking shots and getting dunked on.
Oh, they're gonna talk about Dwight for a lot of other reasons too.
I mean, we're not talking about his colorful actions, like those mockers you got over there.
My neck.
Pedro, let's go to boxing, man. I mean, Canelo had himself a weekend.
Yes, it did. In front of perhaps 20,000 people. Sold out T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Here it is. It was expected.
Viva la Mexico. Yeah, man. I mean, nobody loses in this match. They both Mexican.
And look at the tail of the tape there. I mean,
Did you watch it?
I did a little bit.
There wasn't nothing to watch, bro. After that uppercut, fight was over.
That was over, yeah.
Fight was over. Man wasn't even strong enough to even, kind of like Charlo. You're just not strong enough to really hurt him.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there it is. I mean, a nice uppercut. Boom.
Granted, this is the first fight I've seen that it was actually bigger than Canelo. He's bigger than Canelo.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter.
He's used to fighting like bigger guys too.
Yeah.
Remember, he moved up to 175 at one point.
Oh, okay.
Got it. And I heard there's talks of him and Crawford having a fight this year in December.
Yeah, I heard about that too, but
Canelo?
yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
The other guy, I'm like,
Yeah, the one that's coming up, maybe I saw a post, Edgar Berlanga from New York. He's a Puerto Rican, he's a champion or a #1 contender as well. So that might happen in September.
Gotcha.
and too, you don't want to retire without fighting certain people. You want to be able to say you at least fought them.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't want that curiosity. You might catch each other when you're in your 60s and you might get down. You don't want that. Do well sanctioned.
So here comes the next one. Inoue, Japanese undisputed champ, 122, I believe.
Cyborg.
He fought Luis Netty.
He nice.
And he actually dropped him in the first round.
Nettie?
Look at it, yeah. Netty dropped him.
Oh.
Yeah, he confused himself right now.
Nah, I look like Ike slapped here. Where she hit the floor. Oh.
He actually ended up dropping Netty like 3 or 4 times until he actually,
But question,
Right there.
but see, like, that knock.
Jeez.
I was gonna say them other knockout wasn't bad as that pimp slap he hit dude with, but no, that knockout was bad just there.
Oh man, he gotta come to America and fight though, man.
Yeah, fried chicken boys, come get this grease.
Yeah, we want to see him come to America.
Fight Gervonta Davis, 135.
Yeah. Well, but would he be willing to go up to 135? You say he 122 right now.
I think so because that's where the money's at right now.
Question.
He has to come to America, yeah.
Question, is he willing to come to America? Because one thing I know, like, when you go to other countries, your body has to adjust to the food, your body be feeling a little off. So, like, will he come to America? Because, like, I feel like that's kind of also helpful when you're trying to adjust to a country you're not from, you got to fight somebody. You know what I mean?
I agree with you, but you have to come in America to be great.
Yeah, I'm just speaking off experience, being out in different countries, and your body just has to adjust. And sometimes I was in the Philippines, somebody would say, "Oh, you're adjusting pretty well. It takes Americans a couple weeks to adjust." I'm like, "What? A couple weeks?"
Well, I mean, we're pretty fit people and take care of ourselves.
Yeah. But just the heat, you know what I mean,
yeah.
hydration and things of that nature, and then some of the stuff, the ingredients in the food, we're not used to, and we're healthy, so we don't put everything in our stomach, so we feel the effects of certain things.
Yeah. Got it.
And of course, so this Saturday we have Lomachenko and Kambosos coming up this Saturday.
A lot of boxing.
Okay.
A lot of boxing coming up like these next couple weeks,
I
man.
mean, next week will be actually the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world fight Tyson Fury against Usyk.
Okay. Where they fighting? Are they fighting in Saudi Arabia?
I believe so, yeah.
Well,
They have to come in America, man.
Them Saudis just be throwing money at people,
Americans
man.
don't want to pay anymore, man.
Actually, I think his name is Alashiki, something like that.
Adashiki?
Something like that.
Alashiki, okay.
He's the one that's the number one promoter out there.
I thought you said Dashiki for a minute.
Alashiki, something like that. But he's coming to America actually as a promoter, and he wants to spend some dough.
Yeah, man, them Saudi Arabians, they be throwing the Undertaker a whole lot of money just to come out there and do something so simple.
You can throw me some money, I'll fight somebody.
Someone said the Saudis spend their money. The Saudis spend their money how little us imagine spending our money when we get rich.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. And then I see this one, Pedro, that Garcia is requesting that his B sample be analyzed.
I mean, he should. I mean, they have to really. He has to clean his name up. You know what I mean? Because that would be a stain on his name.
And that's a real stain.
Yeah, I agree. But this is just like me. This is just my opinion from what I've seen. So from whenever someone has tested negative for something, and they do a lot of whole retesting and all that other stuff, it usually never changes. It usually stays the same. But I get why he's doing it, because you want to definitely clear up your image, but the chances of it changing, like the results changing, highly unlikely.
He making some of that Serto. I don't know if that works for that.
I forgot. Beterbiev against Bivol, June 1st has been postponed.
You know about Serto?
Oh, nope. But when they postponed it?
Yeah, because Beterbiev actually hurt his knee. So
He hurt his knee?
yeah,
What the hell was he doing?
that was the undisputed actually 175.
Dancing.
It was going to be a great match, but yeah.
Damn. That sucks. All right, let's go. Hey, since I had so many interviews from that King of the Ring, we're going to show you some more interviews from that King of the Ring post-fight interviews. So check these out. Then we're going to come back. Muhammad, you got the win, man. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good, wallah, alhamdulillah. Only think one person, that's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
What was working for you today in that ring?
I don't know. My coaches, they're the best. They told me what to do. Stick to my jab, stick to my jab, stick to my jab. That's what I did.
You made him bleed, and you made him bleed. You was getting a lot of hits, a lot of good combos and stuff like that. What did you see earlier on that you knew that you could get in there and get some licks on him and take that advantage?
Oh, I knew that he was trying to be busy. I knew that he was trying to be busy, which he was. But I stick to my jab. I stick to my jab. Jab is the only thing that wins the fight. Jab is the only thing that wins the fight.
Far, you got the belt, man. Now, you feeling good right now? I mean, what's this gonna do for you moving forward?
Inshallah, May 5th, another fight. Yeah, this.
All right, man. And let the people know where you're from and where you represent.
I'm representing Lucin. I'm from Lucin. I'm representing Somalia. My Somalian brothers.
Congratulations, man. Go work out there.
Take out.
We got the whole team here. First, coach, he got the win, man. made a comeback too after that first knockdown.
Yeah, the kid started off strong. We underestimated his power, I'd say. But he got his legs back, and he finished strong. Obviously, he gave him an 8 count, the third round. I thought he pulled it off decisively. It was his first fight. You know, there's a lot of learning still to do, but I'm happy for getting the victory. But back to the lab, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And what's kind of the progression you've seen from him, to get him to be as good as he is right now, and the improvements?
To be honest, I think it's his dedication and commitment, man. He's one of the first kids in the gym, the last kid to leave, man. And and I always tell him, he didn't come with the most talent, but he has determination and grit, man, and that's what's gonna help him get through this. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man. Man, how are you feeling right now? You got the belt, you got the win, man. You had to come back late. What's going through your mind right now?
Feel good, and I can't believe it. I don't know what to say right now. I can't even believe it.
What did you do to get for that late surge for you to to get over? Because you did slow start, but then great finish.
I just didn't give up. Didn't stop.
First fight, you said, right? Yeah. And for your first fight too, I mean, did you have any nerves coming into this one, or did the nerves go away after the first couple of seconds?
I didn't. I had nerves before the fight, before even going into the fight. The closest I got, the less nerves I had.
So how's he gonna be able to use this momentum moving forward as the fights continue?
We're gonna do it. Obviously, get back in the gym, but I'm gonna keep him busy. Try to get him a couple more fights lined up. And at the end of the day, you're gonna learn in competition, man. You're gonna learn in the gym, but you're gonna see where you're at in competition, because sparring and fighting is 2 different games, man. And I expressed that to them, and he found out today. You know what I'm saying? After feeling that other kid with smaller gloves, you know what I'm saying? So, but he showed he ain't a quitter. Obviously, he got hurt in the first round, and he gathered everything back together. He put it back, and he pulled it off. So I'm happy with that.
Congratulations, team, on the win, man. Good work out there, man. Yes, sir. Good work. Yep. All right, and we are back. Okay. We got highlights from the All-Star games over the weekend. We're going to talk a little bit more about that right after, but check out these highlights from all 3 games, and then we're going to come back, wrap this show up, talk a little bit about that All-Star game. are back, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming to the end of our show. Listen, we had a great time at Lynn Tech. Like I said, we had the first After the Whistle All-Star game. Y'all can see it. We got the shirts. Thank you to the good folks at Harrington Trophy for making the shirts. Original plan was Lynn versus Boston, but AAU scheduling, so we had a backup plan because we got a whole bunch of guys in the city, so we threw it in. The kids had fun. We gave out the MVPs, we gave out the trophies and all that. Mikey Quintana came. He gave out free tees, tees, not shirts. Tea.
Free beverages.
Free beverages to everyone.
What's it called? Synergy?
Energy. Yeah.
Energy.
Yeah, he had about 100. He had about 120 free ones. He said they were all gone.
Yeah, go support, man. Right on Essex.
Yeah, right down the street.
From the laundromat.
Right down the street.
But yeah, also too, I want to say something. I've been hearing some people hating. Anonymous comments don't mean. Anonymous comments don't mean nothing. So if you're gonna say something, just let it be known who you are.
I know who it is too. I'll tell you after. But I know who it is. I know who that anonymous commenter was. I know who it is. And to the people that actually want to know, if you go on my Facebook timeline and you look at some of my sports posts in the comment section, you'll get a grasp of who it is actually.
I hit him with the Major League Baseball. Gotta get some.
But now we had a blast. Shout out to CB2 and Lynn Tech for getting us the facility and all that stuff. But the kids loved it. Well, a lot of them DM'd me just thanking me for inviting them to play. Because like we said, some of them, this might be their last time playing basketball, actually representing their high school, their school. So this is kind of their last time doing all that. But yeah, we had a great time, especially for the first one. Next year we're gonna do it bigger, better. That's the plan. So what we wanted to do was start something that just you could say we started this one, our own thing. But yeah, we had a blast. Plus, those games will be if you missed the games. If you go to Lynn Tech TV Media, they have it on their YouTube channel for the live stream from over the weekend. And also, we'll be airing it this weekend. So you can watch it, have a good time. But yeah, that's that. Graduations, college graduates. Folks are graduating college this weekend. JB, Jarnell, they're graduating this weekend, which I just found out like an hour ago. So.
Well, my cousin graduated a couple weeks ago from, I think, Norfolk State.
Norfolk? Oh,
yeah, my cousin Taylor.
Okay. Shout out to everybody graduating college. I think I'll be at JB's graduation. I'll be over there. I think Mason's graduating too, but I don't think his is this weekend.
Okay.
I think his is in a couple weeks. But happy birthday to my cousin. Today's her birthday. We got a lot of late April, early May birthday cousins. So happy birthday to them. Yeah, man, that's about it. Make sure you follow him, Mr. Burn23 on Instagram. Follow me, Mukala K, LCTV After the Whistle. Follow us on Instagram. And then, yeah, man, we'll be back. We'll be back next week. Might have some interviews next week. Might not. But whatever. If you ain't get a book yet, make sure you get it.
Yeah,
it's still available.
Amazon. I gotta order some more, but I have a couple left. But yeah, they moving though. They moving.
And once again, thank you, Pedro, as always. The man that makes the show goes. We out of here.